Hey everybody, how's it going? Today, let's take a detailed look at the 2013 Jaguar XJL Portfolio 3.0 all-wheel drive. And this is going to be a detailed, in-depth review of the XJL. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clip and cover the performance data, and show you a bunch of the unique aspects of the interior as well as exterior. And I'd like to give a big thanks and special shout out to Flo Jaguar of Winston-Salem, North Carolina for allowing me to come out and film the 2013 Jaguar XJL Portfolio. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up, let her run. The XJL does come standard with an integrated smart key access system. By just keeping the key fob in your pocket and locating the little buttons on all four of the door handles, you're able to wirelessly lock and unlock the vehicle. To lock, just tap once. It'll lock it and fold the exterior mirrors in. Then after waiting a second, just grab the handle and it automatically unlocks the vehicle. The exterior color is known as Polaris White, and it features the very unique ivory leather interior with jet black accenting. It does also come standard with a remote push-button ignition. All you have to do is put your foot on the brake, hit the dash mat button to start. Nice and smooth. The first thing you notice when powering on the XJL is this very unique thin film transistor liquid crystal display. I believe it measures around 12.3 inches or so, but it's a digital speedometer, tachometer, driver information system, and everything that allows a lot of functionality and flexibility with coming up with neat and new themes, different menu options. It allows a lot of information to be put into one thing in a nice, clean, still traditional look. Right now they're lit up a nice cool blue with simulated chrome rings and a little bit of a 3D effect, but when you activate Jaguar's dynamic driving mode, it'll change it all to red. Definitely pretty neat. The steering for the 2013 XJL is speed proportional rack and pinion, very smooth, just a little bit of tight feedback, and a very unique dished out leather wrap steering wheel. The leather is very unique in itself in the fact that it almost tucks in over itself. Kind of starts here, wraps around the entire wheel, and meets into that little crease right there. Pretty neat little styling cue. There's also plenty of polished bright work around all the controls, as well as a leather stitched airbag cover. As far as the transmission, all XJs for 2013 now come with an 8-speed, electronically controlled automatic gearbox, all controlled via this little wheel in the center. Sport mode all the way over to the right. And when you put the vehicle in reverse, an integrated backup camera appears with guidance lines that automatically adjust as you turn the wheel. The XJL is an absolutely beautifully styled vehicle. It's very bespoke too, especially for the price point when you compare it to some of its German competition. We'll talk about all of it in this appropriate part in the video. And so we're going to flip on the automatic headlamps, fog lamps, as well as the hazards. All four windows are fully automatic with laminated glass. And we're going to check out the exterior, shall we? For 2013, the Jaguar XJ lineup gains a new power plant in the form of this supercharged 3-liter V6 that boasts better fuel economy without sacrificing power. This V6 is now the quote-unquote base engine. While the naturally aspirated and supercharged V8s are still available, it gives customers more of a choice in the model lineup. Also, with the new optional all-wheel drive system on all V6 models, you can have superior all-weather handling, being that all-wheel drive isn't available as of now on the V8 models. The 8-speed automatic replaces the outgoing 6-speed that also promises better fuel economy. Jaguar has always been known as a very traditional luxury brand, sticking to its roots with classic proportions and styling that were unmistakably Jaguar. From the XJ6 to the XJ8, they always remained very reminiscent of Jags from the 1960s while blending in modern technology and performance with the Supercharged R models. While very unique and stylish, they weren't necessarily the most competitive or innovative cars when stacked against their German rivals, and in their defense, they didn't really need to be at the time. Jaguars have a personality all to their own. They're exhilarating, luxurious, and have a lot of touch of old world class that's hard to match. When the last generation XJ8 became a bit long in the tooth, Jag took a big step in revitalizing that passion and exhilaration by radically redesigning its flagship in 2011, simply calling it the XJ. An all-new car, breaking from tradition, it represents a new direction for the brand while faithfully keeping to that same Jaguar flavor. This XJL Portfolio comes with the optional 20-inch Kasuga aluminum alloy wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 240/540 tires. Stopping is provided by large 4-wheel internally ventilated disc brakes with ABS, traction control, and Jaguar's driver adjustable dampers, a part of the dynamic mode that can firm up the suspension and steering to enhance its already nimble profile. The suspension consists of independent double wishbones in front and a multi-link rear suspension that utilizes aluminum components and front and rear stabilizer bars. Overall, it's similar in geometry to the smaller Jaguar XF, but rather than using coil springs, the XJ uses an active air suspension that continuously adjusts for a constant, well-balanced ride. Like I mentioned, one of the most important features of this particular XJ is the new all-wheel drive system, of which is known as instinctive all-wheel drive. It's meant to give the feeling of a rear-wheel drive vehicle while being able to send up to 50% of the power to the front wheels during inclement weather. The heart of the system is a wet clutch transfer case mounted to the rear of the transmission. Originally, these cars weren't designed for all-wheel drive applications, therefore some modifications were necessary that include modified A-arms for passage of the half shafts. The overall suspension has been retuned to compensate for an increase in 256 pounds. A winter mode allows the car to start off in second gear while providing 30% of power to the front wheels, and in keeping with the extra safety, the XJ also features many modern safety features including adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, automatic windshield wipers, and more. The body itself actually benefits from lightweight aluminum construction that's bonded and riveted together to keep it sturdy and well poised around the curves, something that definitely tips the hat in the XJ's favor. Proportionally speaking, it's around 6.4 inches longer than a Jaguar XF but weighs about the same thanks to that aluminum. It also weighs considerably less than the all-aluminum space frame found in the Audi A8. The styling, while a dramatic departure, is not only modern and daring, but it's also functional, as the XJ is one of the most aerodynamic Jaguars to date. Its low-slung hood flows across the glass roof into a fastback-like profile with a high deck lid. It gives it a muscular profile up front, with a stately, more elegant rear treatment with modest badging and chrome, all finished off by polished twin exhaust tips. And we're going to pop the hood. Performance comes from the new Supercharged 3-liter dual overhead cam 24-valve V6 that produces 340 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 332 pound-feet of torque at 3,500 RPM. 0 to 60 times are an estimated 6.1 seconds for the XJL and 5.7 seconds for the standard wheelbase XJ. They both have a top speed in V6 form governed to 121 miles per hour. As far as fuel economy, with a 21.7 gallon tank on required premium fuel, expect to see around 18 city, 27 highway. The thing that I love the most about Jaguar vehicles, and especially evident with the new XJ, is how impeccably well built the interiors are. The build quality is a fantastic combination of old world style craftsmanship with modern technology and convenience. Everywhere you look, there's soft, supple leather trim wrapping just about every surface, accented by polished metal brightwork and your choice of veneers. This particular one features the black piano veneer coming across the doors, the dash, and many of the switches. You have all of your power windows, 3-person memory, power locks located on the dash, and power folding mirrors for extra convenience, especially in tight parking areas. Also across the doors you'll notice, and in the seats, the black color contrast stitching. A little bit of a extra accent that kind of gives it that little bit of a pop, especially with the ivory interior. The black piping runs from the front of the seat all the way to the top, also featuring perforated leather, a part of the heated and cooling function to keep them nicely ventilated. There's plenty of airbags, as well as an adjustable headrest featuring the Jaguar insignia branded on the back and adjustable seat belts. All of your power adjustments are located down below here with your standard adjustments as normal. 4-way power lumbar adjustment. This button right here controls the bottom cushion, sliding in and out. And these two buttons right here control your side bolstering to bring it in or out depending on your body contour to hug you in a little bit more. Brushed aluminum entry guard, as well as a dash that's entirely composed out of leather from one side to the other with a very unique strip, either wood or the black piano veneer in this particular model, that runs across the entire length of the dash, creating a very unique curving effect. The vents are also one of the most elegant parts of the interior. They have a very vintage look to them with a little bit of a modern twist. High gloss black veneer with chrome accenting, as well as a polished aluminum ring in the middle to open and close the vents that has a little bit of a knurled textured aluminum finish, emphasizing more of the bespoke feeling of the vehicle. It also has an auto tilt telescoping steering wheel, and in the XJL Portfolio, a standard full Alcantara headliner that runs down the pillars. So let's go and see how she sounds. There is a rev limiter in park and neutral around 4,000 RPM. If you look close enough also, there's little tracer lights on each of the needles. You'll notice it more on the tachometer. When you rev it, the light follows the needle, so you can more easily see the RPM that you're at the current time. I'm going to shut her up. Doors close with a nice soft thud. This XJL comes with the optional 14-speaker Meridian Premium surround sound system fed through this LCD touchscreen mobile media navigation telemetrics interface. Your side curtain airbags, microphone for your hands-free Bluetooth telephone, Alcantara visors with a little card holder off to the right, auto-dimming rearview mirror with integrated garage home link in the bottom, and in the top stack, touch-sensitive interior illumination, as well as controls for your fully automatic sunshades as well as sunroof. Little windscreen pops up. And opening the rear partition, giving the cabin a fantastic open appearance. Bluetooth microphones located throughout the vehicle, so all the passengers can be equally heard. As far as the multimedia system, it's pretty easy to follow. Off to the left, you have your basic controls. You have your phone book, phone, system setup. Off to the right, audio, navigation, and climate control. If we go to audio, this is your main screen where you have your preset stations, song information, seek and tune, as well as different radio modes off to the left here. Satellite radio, hard drive, so you can load up MP3 files onto the system, as well as CD, DVD compatibility. There's also iPod auxiliary USB compatibility as well as hands-free Bluetooth streaming of audio. radio settings, tone, balance, and fade, as well as resetting back to factory defaults, station list, as well as manually inputting your frequencies. Navigation, easy to see, real-time traffic updates, change the different directions, your navigation settings such as your destination input, all pretty responsive, points of interest, as well as voice guidance or voice activation of the navigation system. You can also hit destination from that screen. Climate control, also very simple. In the XJL Portfolio, you have a quad zone climate control system, so you have independent adjustments for both the front passengers as well as both of the rear passengers. You can also control both those settings or systems from this screen. Change the different zones here. Defrost. Both your temperature adjustments for both sides, as well as one-touch automatic, rear defrost, as well as your fan speed. All the buttons are nicely accented, a little touch of chrome, black veneer, and a little texturized rubber pattern here to give you a sure-footed grip on the knobs. Controls for your heated and ventilated front seats. As well as changing the seat zones. Pretty flexible. And then your rear climate. Also very similar, both the rear passengers also have automatic climate control. You can lock the rear panel so only you can control it from up here. And the back seats are also heated and ventilated, which you can also control here. Quite functional. As far as to the left here, Take Me Home, you can input your home address, and with a touch of a button it'll automatically set your destination for that place. You have your Bluetooth telephone, phone book, turning the screen off if you didn't want it on at night, as well as setting the valet mode if you wanted to lock out certain features of the vehicle. But last but not least, the system settings. Screen, system, other personalizable options, the voice commands, so you can study up on it a bit, as well as back to the audio settings. Very nice. But that's all the basic features of the navigation multimedia system in the Jaguar XJL. As we come down to beautiful flowing center console, accented in bright chrome as well as black piano veneer, you have your lock and unlock here, the different modes for the navigation system like I showed you earlier, or going between the different functions, as well as your eco start-stop function. Basically, when activated, the vehicle will automatically stop when you come to a stop to save a little bit of fuel. Once you let off your brake and hit the accelerator, it's instantly reactivated, so there's no lag and you have seamless acceleration. It's all about the little details in the XJ. Even the little nameplate up on the dash gives a hint of prestigious nature to the XJ, in my opinion. These little buttons down here also control the multimedia system, and see if you didn't want to actually touch it. Changing the radio modes, eject the disc, audio visual, radio set or audio settings, as well as your seat adjustments. High gloss center console, featuring metallic cup holders, electronic parking brake, your snow mode as well as traction control, as well as Jaguar's dynamic driving mode. Press down and hold. The gauges turn red and enhance the sport function of the vehicle. A little bit of storage, as well as an entire leather stitched center console. USB, auxiliary integration, as well as a 12-volt power outlet. Now there's a lot of different functions to the steering wheel, including your driver information system, hands-free telephone controls and voice commands. Help.
Voice help. Voice commands are generally given in the following format: device, function, and setting. To give a command, briefly press the voice button and speak naturally after the tone. To cancel a voice session, press and hold the voice button. To reply to the voice system, speak after the tone.
So it'll walk you through the system. Your cruise control is off to the right here, and back here is your heated steering wheel activation. Now right here controls the driver info screen. Over on the right with the tachometer. Just hit one of the directional arrows and it'll bring it up. Going through your trip computer, display settings. And then off to your left, your fuel up top, temperature down below, and all of your radio data in the middle. You can go between your presets, as well as change the stations via these buttons, or change the radio modes. And you can see it even more with the doors shut, how beautifully integrated the doors are with the dash. Alrighty. Good, shut her down. And we'll check out the back seat. The extended wheelbase XJL really expands the rear leg space. Almost like a little limousine fashion. Same two-tone color scheme with the beautiful leather and black piano veneer across the rear doors. Color accent stitching. As well as manual sunshades. And while this particular XJL isn't equipped with it, you can also opt for fully powered rear seats, as well as picnic trays in the back of the seats, and a rear entertainment system mounted in the headrest. I'm 5'10", legroom is obviously not a problem. Your climate control settings for the rear, as well as your heated and ventilated seats. Cup holders, and storage. Little quarter windows in the back for better visibility and rear side curtain airbags, as well as a black Alcantara lined rear package tray. Rear illumination, also with a power control for the sunshade, and in the XJL you have rear vanity mirrors. Beautiful opulence. We'll then check out the rest of the vehicle, shall we? Open up the standard power liftgate of the XJ and you'll find around 15.2 cubic feet of cargo space. More than enough for any everyday items, especially for traveling. There's some polished runners coming up across the bottom there, and your spare tire or temporary tires located underneath that. You also have the same power adjustments in the passenger seat that you find on the driver's. touch-sensitive remote glove box, lined in velour, and a nice amount of storage. And just to demonstrate again, very responsive. The Jaguar XJ is a perfect example of a work of automotive art, blending the best of old world tradition with modern design elements and a great value for luxury. It creates one of the most captivating and unique styles you can find today. If you're looking for something different and unique, the XJ is the right vehicle for you. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this detailed look at the 2013 Jaguar XJL Portfolio 3.0. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.